Yes, yeah.
In some information, maybe it wasn't in there. You signed a 6-month contract,
Yes.
and I'd like to know if you intend on staying on or coming and going like the past people have.
Well, if I have nice people like you and the rest of you here around me and being
I'm here for good. I'm here as long as the company will keep me. At the time, I had another project that I was working on that I have been working on for several years. I'm starting a new healthcare company in the stem cell storage arena, something I truly believe in. But I have been aware of this company since the early days. In fact, as I knew of your son, Scott, and Reggie, through Michael Wittenberg, who is an investor in the company, as well, who kind of brought the management team together with the technology guys, techies. And, so I was always aware of the company from afar, really, because I was busy with these other companies I was involved with. And then about 2 years ago, he had asked if there was an interest in coming on board, and I wasn't at the time. But I learned more of the company's challenges, the ops side, and all of this. So I wanted to wait and see, and I said, listen, I'll sign 6 months, I'll commit to 6 months, and figure out what we need to do. And then when I have a good handle of what the dynamics are, and if we can get this thing above the water line, then the board will have to decide whether they want to keep me longer than 6. I'll cancel the contract today and sign up for life, because I'm that confident that we can make this thing work. So, so I've felt that maybe that was either a positive or a negative, depending on what you think of the new guy that's on board, who is a healthcare guy running a software company. And if it's an asset to remove that 6-month restriction, I'm willing to do it. I don't want the stock to drop to 1 penny by hearing that I'm going to be around longer than 6 months, so you never know. So we'll see. We got so much work in front of us. I mean, I didn't focus on 6 months. I love Houston. It's my backup home because I've run healthcare companies with a lot of clinics in and around Houston, in Beaumont, throughout Texas, and elsewhere. So I love Houston. And these guys aren't bad to be around either. Just kidding. Anything? Yeah, well, I mean, I expect to be paid someday down the road, but we don't have the cash right now to pay. We'd rather do some other things here to kind of boost things along. I could go ahead and say, well, give me penny stock and rob the Treasury, but I'm loath to do that because we just don't have that much Treasury stock. We got to keep the ammunition, the dry powder dry, right? The powder dry, so we can raise the money. But there will be another.
If I could mention something there real quick too, because I kind of failed to talk about, kind of my role here a little bit. But I mean, the healthcare, what Dick's doing from being the head of the company and steering this is important. But regardless, I mean, we've got the security. I mean, we're a security company. We need to be connected to the security industry. And there's many connections I have that are on board with Exobox, if you will, and want to help partner and help the company. We have that, right? So we're still very well connected, and when we have the secure environmentalization piece out, it's going to make waves in the security industry very quickly because of that connection, that background. I've been doing the security thing for the past 10 years, been in the technology industry for the past 15. This is not my first startup, right? I've been on several startups, and for the record, they're all still alive and well. So, but I mean, part of that importance is, obviously Dick's great background with turning companies around from the brink, right? And then bringing that leadership. But the important piece there too is to understand when we have a product, how are we going to sell it? I'm ready to go. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I want him to go because he'll do very, very well. And he's had handcuffs placed on his wrists for too long. And the sales guy that was over here.
We're looking for more revenue. We're looking for some revenue. It's a great prescription for success is driving top line. We'll make sure we don't outspend the revenue. It doesn't take that much. you know, the tipping point. You know, we're close. We still have challenges, though. Any other questions? I mean, you guys, thank you for spending so much time today. It's 2.5 hours that you've had to sit and listen, and many of you drove a long ways, and I appreciate the effort. Folks that came in 5 hours away, I know. No, I tell you what, I like it in front of shareholders fairly frequently. And I apologize for the cramped quarters. If I had known that the turnout would be this good, we might have been able to hold it elsewhere. But trying to keep the cost down. You've heard about the expansive office space anyway, so I wanted you guys to see what you've paid for over the years. And it's, I don't think it's ostentatious. It's very, very well done. We've renegotiated the lease. We were behind about 5 or 6 months in rent, and we just recapitalized the lease. And you know, so we'll just have to build the revenue stream to eventually staff this building, and but we'll staff it wisely. Any other comments? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time, and thank you for your support of the company and your ability to continue to support it through any activity you would like. Those of you who have $12 million stashed away somewhere and you want to buy a significant portion of the company, come see me. And that's it. But thanks so much, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Hey, Simon, we're going to let you go, right?
Napper. Yeah. So good to see you. Take care. God bless you all. Really. Thank you. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's right.
We shut down. How far did he go over an hour?